World War II finished 6 years and 1 day after Germany's intrusion of Poland on September 1, 1939, started the 20th century's second worldwide clash. When it closed on the deck of an American warship on September 2, 1945, World War II had killed an expected 60 to 80 million individuals, roughly 3% of the total populace. Most by far of the individuals who kicked the bucket in history's deadliest war were regular citizens, including 6 million Jews executed in Nazi death camps during the Holocaust. Germany utilized its quick assault, lightning war system to clear over the Netherlands, Belgium and France in the war's initial months and power in excess of 300,000 British and other Allied soldiers to empty mainland Europe from Dunkirk. In June 1941, German tyrant Adolf Hitler broke his peace settlement with the Soviet Union and propelled Operation Barbarossa, which carried Nazi soldiers to the doors of Moscow. When the United States entered World War II following the Japanese besieging of Pearl Harbor, German powers involved quite a bit of Europe from the Black Sea to the English Channel. The Allies, be that as it may, reversed the situation of the contention, and the accompanying significant occasions finished World War II. 1. Germany repelled on two fronts. In the wake of raging across Europe in the initial 3 years of the war, overextended Axis powers were put on edge after the Soviet Red Army rebuked them in the merciless Battle of Stalingrad, which kept going from August 1942 to February 1943. The furious fight for the city named after Soviet despot Joseph Stalin brought about almost 2 million losses, including the passings of a huge number of Stalingrad occupants. As Soviet soldiers progressed on the Eastern Front, the Western Allies attacked Sicily and southern Italy, causing the fall of Italian despot Benito Mussolini's administration in July 1943. The Allies at that point opened a Western Front with the land and/or water-capable D-Day attack of Normandy on June 6, 1944. In the wake of increasing attraction in northern France, Allied soldiers freed Paris on August 25, followed by Brussels under about 14 days after the fact. 2. Clash of the Bulge. Germany wound up pressed on the two sides as Soviet soldiers progressed into Poland, Czechoslovakia, Hungary and Romania while the Western Allies kept on pushing toward the east. Compelled to battle a two-front war with decreasing assets, an inexorably edgy Hitler approved a keep-going trench hostile on the Western Front in order to split the Allied lines. The Nazis propelled an unexpected assault along a 80-mile, thickly lush stretch of the Ardennes forest in Belgium and Luxembourg on December 16, 1944. The German attack made the Allied line swell. However, it would not break during about a month and a half of battling in below zero conditions that left troopers experiencing hypothermia, frostbite and channel foot. American powers withstood the full May of what was left of Germany's capacity yet lost roughly 20,000 men in what was their deadliest single fight in World War II. What got known as the Battle of the Bulge would end up being Germany's last pant as the Soviet Red Army propelled a winter hostile on the Eastern Front that would have them at the Oder River, under 50 miles from the German capital of Berlin, by the spring. 3. Germany surrenders. After the firebombing of Dresden and other German urban areas that executed a huge number of regular folks, the Western Allies crossed the Rhine River and pushed toward the east toward Berlin. As they surrounded the capital, Allied soldiers found the awfulness of the Holocaust as they freed death camps, for example, Bergen-Belsen and Dachau. With the two fronts crumbling and rout inescapable, Hitler ended it all in his shelter far beneath the Reich Chancellery on April 30, 1945. Hitler's replacement, Grand Admiral Karl Donitz, began harmony arrangements and on May 7 approved General Alfred Jodl to sign an unlimited acquiescence of every single German power to produce results the next day. Stalin, be that as it may, would not acknowledge the acquiescence understanding inked at the Central Station of U.S. General Dwight D. Eisenhower in Reims, France, and constrained the Germans to sign another the next day in Soviet-involved Berlin. 4. Nuclear bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Significantly after the Allied triumph in Europe, World War II kept on seething in the Pacific theater. American powers had made a moderate, however consistent push toward Japan subsequent to turning the course of the war with triumph at the June 1942 Battle of the Midway. The battles of Iwo Jima and Okinawa in the winter and spring of 1945 were among the bloodiest of the war, and the American military anticipated that upwards of 1 million setbacks would go with any attack of the Japanese territory. Weeks after the principal fruitful trial of the nuclear bomb happened in Alamogordo, New Mexico, on July 16, 1945, President Harry Truman, who had rose to the administration under 4 months sooner after the demise of Franklin D. Roosevelt, approved its utilization against Japan with expectations of carrying a quick end to the war. On August 6, 1945, the American B-29 plane Enola Gay dropped a nuclear bomb on the assembling city of Hiroshima, quickly slaughtering an expected 80,000 individuals. Several thousands later kicked the bucket of radiation presentation. At the point when Japan neglected to quickly give up after the shelling of Hiroshima, the United States exploded a considerably more impressive nuclear bomb on Nagasaki 3 days after the fact that killed 35,000 in a split second and another 50,000 in its repercussions. 5. Soviets declare war, Japan surrenders. Notwithstanding the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan went under expanding pressure when the Soviet Union officially announced war on August 8 and attacked Japanese-involved Manchuria in northeastern China. With his imperial council halted, Japan's Emperor Hirohito broke the tie and concluded that his nation must acquiesce. Around early afternoon on August 15, Japanese time, the head reported Japan's acquiescence in his first historically speaking radio station. On September 2, World War II finished when U.S. General Douglas MacArthur acknowledged Japan's proper acquiescence on board the U.S. warship Missouri, moored in Tokyo Bay alongside a flotilla of in excess of 250 Allied warships. At the consenting to of the arrangement that stopped 2,194 days of worldwide war, MacArthur told the world in a radio station, "Today the firearms are quiet. An extraordinary misfortune has finished. An incredible triumph has been won. If you liked the video, do not forget to subscribe and like. Thanks for watching."